My name is Erica Marie Morris, and you are listening to the Candle Business Podcast, where we talk all things about starting, running, and growing a successful candle business. From marketing to mental health, I cover a wide range of real-life topics that involve the crazy and wonderful ups and downs that is being a small business owner. And today's video topic, I am going to be diving deeper into a topic that I discussed on a previous podcast episode where I was talking about time versus money and how challenging that can be as a small business owner when you don't have a lot of time and you don't have a lot of money to devote to your candle business. How are you supposed to grow? How are you supposed to focus on marketing? How are you supposed to get any sales when you don't have a lot of time and you don't have a lot of money in your candle business? So I want to really give you some practical advice here. I basically want to just tell you, I think this may be the best way to go about it. Now, of course, with any kind of marketing, there are going to be times where this is not going to result in sales, and that's just marketing. I'm not saying that if you follow my advice, it's guaranteed to get sales. This is just an option for those of us, and I say us because, man, my time is very limited right now, and I'm always trying to cut back on business spending as much as possible, at least after going over my numbers for expenses for last year. Definitely need to do that. But it's just for those of us that are looking to, save money, save time, and try to be as efficient as possible with marketing. And I think this may be the best way to go about it for handmade businesses because we kind of have an upper hand in a way, and I'll explain it in a little bit. But I'm just going to jump right into it. So basically what I recommend that you do when it comes to marketing is instead of paying for Facebook ads, instead of paying for Instagram ads, instead of using actual dollars to put into marketing, pay for marketing with your product. Because if your product is, let's face it, if your product is good enough, if your candles are good enough, they will sell themselves and they will get a return on your investment. So you will gain more customers wanting to come back and wanting to purchase more candles from you. So what exactly does this mean? This means that in any way possible that you can get your product in the hands of as many potential customers as possible, that is the best way to go about it, because you are saving money by only paying for the supplies that it costs to make your candles. Yes, it does cost money, but it doesn't cost hundreds of dollars, in Facebook advertising. And it also saves you time because you are kind of killing two birds with one stone. That's the saying. Because you are using your product and having that be the money that you are investing into your marketing, but you are also getting your product in the hands of a potential customer. So it's a win-win. They get to burn your product, burn your candle, and they get to enjoy the candle. And then once they're done, they say, I need another one. Or, hey, what are these other samples I got? I love this scent. I need this scent. This is what we do when we are gaining and building our customer base on our retail side and our wholesale side. So Chris and I, we always give a scent discovery pack to all of our new wholesalers that find us on Fair. And that is why our return reorder rate is so high. That's why it's in the 40%. Actually, I need to double check that. It was 40% the last time I checked. But it's pretty high for a reorder rate specifically on Fair. And that's because we really utilize our product for reorder rates. We utilize those samples. We entice the customer with all these really yummy and wonderful smelling scents that they have to purchase more. And that is going to be the goal specifically with candle businesses. Again, we have an upper hand because we have a product that when people use it, they want more. And it's a consumable good. People most of the time are not going to keep a candle for years and years and years and only buy a candle every 2-3 years. A lot of people that are very, that love candles are going to be burning them constantly and sometimes go through them every few weeks. And that means that they need a candle every few weeks or once a month or whatever it is. And if you are providing them with a new scent that they're like, I gotta have that, I want that scent, I love that scent, and you need to lean into that. You need to utilize your product for marketing. That's pretty much the only kind of actual marketing, I guess, that I think about when it comes to the candle business. Yes, there's obviously, online marketing, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Pinterest, TikTok, all that kind of stuff. But I've really leaned into utilizing our product and free samples as a way to get customers to return to us. We have also given out free product to people that we know, our acquaintances with. We've dropped off candles at random businesses before, and it's really just to try to entice those customers to want to reorder from us. And we had actually gotten a large, I want to say it was a $500 Christmas order, not this last Christmas, but the Christmas before, because we had just given somebody that we knew a candle and she decided to order them for her employees. And you just never know what connections you're going to make. So telling anybody and everybody that you make candles is not only fun to talk about, but giving samples and giving out products for free is not a bad thing. I know that a lot of people in the candle community really focus so much on, but I work so hard on it and I'm just supposed to give it away for free. And obviously I'm not talking about, just a random person reaching out and being like, hey, give me free product. You want to just give me free product and then I'll just talk about it to my friends. That's up to you if you want to do that. I typically, I don't do that. You got to think strategically with it. So here's some examples on what you could do. Here's some ideas. So what I recommend is, if you are not already, find a local Facebook group in your area and see if they allow any kind of advertising for businesses. In my local Facebook group, they allow something called Merchant Mondays. So you're only allowed to post about your business on Mondays. But what a lot of businesses do is they will do a giveaway to kind of spark some interest on the post. And that is something that you could also do on Instagram as well. So you could do local, you could do Instagram. Giveaways are a really good way to get your products out there to customers and try to build up people that will want to return. Now, this is, I don't think, something that you're going to want to do all of the time, just because then people will only want to wait until you do a giveaway, So the goal with this is not to encourage people to only want free product. It's to think strategically to where, who do you want to get your product in the hands of that could potentially be more beneficial to get more sales down the line. So when you're thinking about, doing a giveaway or something like that, I think it's a great idea because it kind of gets you a little bit familiar with your community. You're able to give away some free product. I mean, even if it was as simple as you had little mini candles that didn't cost you that much. We have little mini candles. And even if you did a giveaway and kind of made it a big thing, hey, I'm giving away a free mini candle to 10 people and here's the giveaway. And, that actually would probably be a better idea than doing a larger candle to one person. So think about the quantity of people that you could get your product in the hands of, even if it was little sample packs. And something else that I would recommend is, if you are able to get in touch with any kind of corporate gifting in your area, and even if you reached out to different companies and offered your product as a donation to any kind of corporate gifting that they're looking to do, that is a good way to, again, get your product out there. Brand awareness, getting your product out there and getting your product in the hands of people that you believe would want to purchase your product. I think that the corporate gifting space is actually a really good way to go. We actually had met somebody at one of our vendor events last year who we talked to about potentially making mini candles for them for their corporate event that they had. And they had reached out. She reached out and ordered 175 mini gold candles. We actually just finished up that order, and Chris is dropping it off tomorrow. And we gave her a scent discovery pack, and everybody in the office went through and they were smelling all of the different scents. And so much so that she actually knew somebody who is getting married, and she emailed me and said, hey, I dropped off the scent discovery pack to so-and-so. She's, possibly wants to have you make wedding favors for her. So as you can see, there's kind of this domino effect. So way back when, before the internet, the domino effect, the word of mouth was the only way that businesses would succeed back then. I don't want to say the only way. I feel like, you know what? No, I want to say the only way. Word of mouth was like king. And I feel like it can still be that way. There is still that word of mouth that I think that we kind of forget about because we have so much technology out there that we think that we need to compete with so many different businesses that are out there. But if you kind of tailor it back to your local area and really get that word of mouth going in your area and you get that domino effect going, then that is what's really going to help you save time and save money, because word of mouth, it doesn't cost you any time and it doesn't cost you any money because it's this domino effect. So you're not therefore spending any money on marketing because word of mouth is free. People are telling people who are telling people. And once you're kind of spreading the message and spreading the word about your products, then again, it's that domino effect from there. And then more people are going to find out about your business. And to be honest, I really do think that starting local is the best way to go about it with this kind of marketing. But there's also the potential of reaching out to influencers on Instagram or TikTok to, showcase your products, talk about it, and just basically giving them free product to do that. Now, I will let you know that depending on how big their following is, they will probably also require payment on top of a free product. So if you focus more on like micro influencers, so anybody that has, I think, under 10,000 followers would be considered more of like a really, really small influencer. And if you know what to look for when you're looking at their engagement, you're looking at their pictures, seeing how many likes they have, seeing if they're real likes or fake likes, seeing how much engagement they're getting on their posts, seeing the type of posts they talk about, and if your product would even make sense for their demographic and their audience. And you can also ask them for their demographics. So where their customers are located, the male to female ratio, and then also the age range, and then see if that is the type of target market that you are trying to get at. So you want to make sure that you are, putting your product in the right hands of these micro influencers. And again, that it's all going to be a gamble. All of marketing is just kind of a trial and error to see what works. But I think that if you don't have a lot of time and you don't have a lot of money, starting local, starting with word of mouth, and starting with getting your products free samples of wax melts, free mini candles, even free larger size candles if you like, and figuring out that way of going about it, that is going to be, I think, the best strategic way to get started, instead of being so overwhelmed with all of these different ads that you can run online or whatever it is. I think that this may be an easier approach and more doable and just more practical for those of us that are getting started and have no idea, anything about marketing and how to go about it. I really hope that I gave you some ideas that are going to be practical and helpful for you, because that was definitely the whole purpose of this. And I know how daunting it can be in the beginning to not know where to start and feel like marketing needs to be this like really rigid thing, and it doesn't. It's so much more natural than you think it is. Even talking about your product to the cashier at the grocery store is marketing. Have business cards on you, talk about your product. You could carry some free samples, some free mini candles. I'm thinking about doing that, to be honest. Like, hey, you want a little candle? Here you go. I make candles. Here's my business card. I make little candles. Enjoy. Have a couple different scent varieties. Do you like florals? Do you like fruity? Or what about like beachy scents? And then just give them one of your products. And I bet you they're going to remember that. And I've had a lot of people who I've come in contact with, even the company that just took pictures from me, I let them keep the products. I didn't ask for the products back. So I had two girls actually take pictures of my products for me. And I told them to keep the products because, again, could be a customer. Somebody could, they have a relative or they have somebody coming over that's a friend or a client or something, and they smell the candle being burned and they're wondering what it is. You just never know. So the mindset should be, get my products in the hands of as many people as possible, and your product is going to sell itself and get that customer to want to come back and purchase from you, whether it's for the first time or a repeat purchase. So I really, really hope that this video was helpful for you. I hope that it kind of sparked some ideas, something that maybe you're stuck on and now you're not. Hopefully, that is definitely the goal with this. But with that, I'm going to end today's podcast episode right here, and I will see you in my next one.